as far as the main event, last week we really broke this thing down a lot to you. I think we played both sides to you. Yes, I thought Triple G won the first fight, but no, Canelo will win. Regardless, I thought he won the second, but that's a close and great fight. That's a classic fight, number two. And then this third one, everybody's, we've been waiting for this trilogy. I told you that no, I thought it'd be uncompetitive. I thought he might even stop him. And basically, it was even kind of worse than that because it was uncompetitive. Triple G didn't win a fucking round until, like, what was it, round 9? Or something. Then he won one other. I gave Triple G 2 rounds in this entire fight. I've heard some people give him 3. Whatever. He won a couple of those very late rounds. It was out of 12. It was an uncompetitive fight. And not even so much as where he won the rounds. Like, here's one, and then, ooh, he's starting late, earlier, and then, ooh, he got this one. Can he pull some? No, it's just he lost the first 8 rounds or so, and the fight you knew was over because he's not going to knock Canelo out. You just knew that. So it became, it was even worse, made worse by that. My prediction was it wouldn't be competitive. But I thought Canelo might stop him, and that's a possibility. And then the way that the fight played out, like the opening and Canelo starting so strong, made me think, oh my God, that this is not going to go the distance. It just won't. Even with the fucking absolute chin of steel that Triple G has, he was getting beat up in there, dominated, truly dominated. There wasn't a competitive round in the first 8 rounds of this fight. Not one was even so much as slightly competitive. So, and then there was hard shots land. There's a whole thing about Canelo possibly with the, his left hand being injured. I don't need to buy into that and just, because, listen, you guys fucking, I love you. I'm a boxing fan. I've been telling you this. You guys fucking suck. You fucking suck. Other boxing fans, I know like a couple good people I like to talk boxing with. Most of you fucking suck because I like fighters too. I try to do unbiased because I'm doing this show, but I'm also upfront about who I really like. Like, I'm a fan of them, right? I'm a Canelo fan. I'm also a Triple G fan. I'm more of a Canelo fan. You guys just hate on everything that fucking Canelo does wrong. So if I bring up the thing, it's going to be, oh, you're making excuses of why he couldn't finish it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't know if his left hand was injured. I don't jump to believe that. And I am very willing to look at that fight and say, you should have stopped him. When Triple G, you dominated this entire fight. And when Triple G just had an act of pure desperation in the later rounds, that he had really nothing much to offer. You played it safe. I agree with that. But you don't get credit. You don't fucking get credit for that. Because most of these fucking boxing fans, especially with this fight, man, with Triple G and Canelo, but a lot of fighters, like, you just think because you like someone that you're a fan of that person, that automatically, if you're a big fan of a fighter, that just because I like him, that means he wins every fight he ever has. Or if you don't like a fighter, I can never pick him, even if he's an obvious favorite. I just get sick of this shit. There's just no fucking arguments to be made about things. Good boxing talk is like, whether you're right or wrong, like making it interesting. Having a point to offer, and then stating facts about it, and then you can be disagreed with, and other people can listen to this and come away with their own opinion of it. And you guys just fucking suck to be. And what happens, right? This is a little rant. I talk to a couple of people, right, that do shows like me on YouTube, whatever, have shows. I talk to a couple of them and say, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, this is how I feel about it. And that's because I respect them. I respect how they feel about things. Sometimes they don't like fighters that I may like, but they offer very good opinions as to why they don't. What most of you fucking boxing fans do, I'm just a boxing fan too, but I really am different in this. You just clear as day. What most of you fucking do is you're just biased. You don't have points to prove. You don't know about boxing. You've never trained you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And what you'll do is you'll look for certain channels and then you'll say, oh, you know what? Like this guy who might know what he's talking about, he happens to be saying something that's not flattering about a fighter that I don't like as well, that I happen not to like, and so I'll just go and open my mouth and let it spew a bunch of shit that's unimpressive to everyone, including the people that fucking actually know what they're talking about, is running the channels and stuff, and then just be like, yeah, see, he knows what he's talking. Stop being so fucking biased, man. I like both these guys. You don't have to pick a side. What you should do is watch boxing matches and clearly see who you want. I thought Triple G won the first fight. That doesn't mean I can't look at that second fight and say, though it is very close, I happen to side with Canelo. If you happen to side with Triple G, I won't fight you to death about that. It's a close fight. This is an uncompetitive fight, and the people like me who know just even a little bit, if you actually watch the sport at all, and you're not a casual fan, you would have known long before this fight ever happened that true boxing heads were never clamoring for this third fight because of the timelines. It's like two ships passing in the night, going different directions. Canelo Alvarez on an upscale. Now, he's beatable. He is beatable. So, and he just had the loss to Dimitri Bell. I don't think he should be up at that weight class. But even as his weight class, with the Benavidez's of the world, with all these things, there's fights to be made that he could lose in. But he is around, at least, his prime. Whether you think he's coming out of his prime or just in it or whatever, he's right around it. He is on the good side of his career for however much his skills are worth. He's right around the age, his prime, his ability, and Triple G is literally long past. I mean, you fucking same people that complain that Canelo, waited too long to take a Triple G fight, that I did think he still lost in that first fight. You just say that because you don't like him. And it is true that it's true that he waited a long time. Then we still saw him basically in a fight that Canelo should have lost in that first fight. And that was past his fucking prime. The second fight, you argued to death, it's close. I gave it to Canelo, but I think it's close. It's close, so there's no... I'm not going to fight you to death if you thought that. But you don't say it's a robbery, nothing like that, because it's a very close, good fight, that second fight. And this third fight, if you ever had a clue, and I want to be clear, I'm not a fucking complete, just an expert. I'm just a lifelong fan, trained a bit, know what I'm talking about. I watch the sport not only every weekend, every single, I watch all these fights. I watch undercard fights. I also rewatch them, and sometimes more than a second time to do these shows. I follow boxing. I follow other people that talk about boxing. If you just don't like a guy, you don't get a place at the table when you don't have anything to offer about it. If you had a fucking brain on your head, you would have never thought that Triple G could win this fight. There's a lot of people I know that don't like Triple G. It's kind of like this. But again, if they knew, the couple of people that they love Triple G and they don't really like Canelo, right? Which ain't where, but a couple of these people, they know what they're fucking talking about. No one was clamoring for this fight. You should have known beforehand that this would be uncompetitive and it would look sad for Triple G, because you should have just simply known, one, he's older, but more importantly, like I said last weekend on the show for the preview of this, you should have looked at the Murata fight and seen that some people can be old, but hey, looked good here. You should have seen a way lesser opponent than Canelo Alvarez in fucking Ryota Murata, who fucking won a bunch of rounds against this guy, and even though he ended up getting stopped, you should have looked at that fight and seen, fuck the age, fuck the cliche, he's too old, he's too, this and that. You should have simply seen that he's so slow. He's so slow. And he just looks so fucking different than he did back in the day. And you Shoulda known that. Until next time, loyal fight fans, I'm glad that I could make that rant. Some of you fucking people just need to learn to come to an argument with a point to prove and some facts and stats to state, instead of just being a dickhead who's like, I'm a fan of this guy, so fuck the other guy. That is not boxing. This is a sport, and you only get a seat at the table if you actually follow it and have anything at all to offer outside of idiocy.